2016 promises to be a great year for me, for my musical career. I recently signed with Woodward Avenue Records, and we released a record called The School of Funk. And I mean, it's been a long journey putting this project together. I mean, it's one of the greatest things I've done. I mean, each one of my projects have progressed over time. You know, from my very first solo attempt, you can see how I've grown as a artist and as an entertainer. And it's all culminated to this point where I'm ready to take it out on the road. So the School of Funk is kind of like my senior project. You know, I'm ready to graduate and take my space or take my place with the big guys, you know, in the industry. And I think that, you know, thanks to Woodward Avenue Records, it's given me the platform to really express myself more and on a global scale. The School of Funk album is produced by outstanding longtime contemporary jazz producer Nate Harasim. And now, when I say long time, he's a relatively young guy, but he's been in the industry for quite some time, producing for people like Dave Koz. He's worked with some of the top charting contemporary jazz artists out there. I mean, Nate has several like #1 and top 10 Billboard hits. He's got a Soul Train Music Award, Grammy nominations for work that he's done with Dave Koz, and just an all-around great guy and an excellent musician, excellent keyboardist, and a very in-tune contemporary instrumental producer who kind of has this vibe. He knows, you know, what the industry wants and what the industry needs. The School of Funk record features a lot of good musicians, a lot of great players. I have some special guests on there. I have my label mate, Paul Brown, which is, I mean, smooth jazz royalty. I mean, 2-time Grammy Award winning producer and guitarist. He produced the Summer Horns for Dave Koz. And I had Paul produce a cover tune on the record for me because Paul just has that really smooth way about his production, and I wanted to have that sound on this cover song that I did. It was a Justin Timberlake cover of Suit and Tie, and I mean, Paul just laid it out with his feel on it, and it came out really good. I'm really proud of the project, and it was a pleasure, you know, working with Paul, you know, flying out to the Funky Joint and hanging out in the studio with him and the family, and we just had a great time. The School of Funk is a collection of 11 tracks. It's my representation of different moods that I have and homages to different things, and it represents me going back to kind of like some Detroit funk roots and then expanding on that. This year I'm embarking on the 2016 School of Funk tour. We're going to be making performance stops all over the United States. We got shows coming up in North Carolina, we got shows in Ohio, we're going to hit California, New York, DC, we're going down south to Kentucky, Atlanta. So we're going to be stopping all over the place, bringing my little special brand of Detroit funk to all the jazz venues, all the festivals around. You know, I love this record. It's one of my favorite projects that I've ever done, and it features some great musicians on the record. And some stops along the way on the School of Funk tour, we're going to meet up with my good friend and fellow Detroit jazz musician, Mr. Lin Rountree. So he's currently promoting his Soul Funky album on the Soul Funky tour. So we're going to have the School of Funk meet Soul Funky, man. When we get together, man, it's just like a great time. We have such great chemistry playing together, and it's going to come across to the audience. I mean, you don't want to miss my shows, but you definitely don't want to miss the shows where me and Lin are together. I'm telling you, it's phenomenal. I hope you guys come out and see me. I'm looking forward to seeing you at a show real soon.